We back. Episode 13. It is August 4th. Still August 4th. I just got back. I didn't just get back from the gym, but I went to the gym earlier this morning. If you listen to episode 12, you know I went to the gym. Did a little shopping, came home, chilled, and now I'm about to record this episode. Most likely upload it. And while it's uploaded, I'm gonna be doing some homework and stuff like that. I gotta keep saying this, but I am just motivated to just grind out and just all my life desires are like I see it so vividly. Is scary. Like right now I'm in a scary time in my life because I see everything so vividly. Everything that I want, everything that I need, just everything that is just all panning out. All the study that I'm doing. And I don't even have nothing that's like in the works or anything like that. It's just, I just know what my future is set up for. So I'm just excited to just go through everything and just get everything that I ever wanted for and just live the life. And you can gain motivation from so many different things, and sometimes it's unexpected. But besides that, we about to get into this episode. That was my little opening monologue. We're gonna see if we can learn something about ourselves today. Once again, this is 100 Simple Life Truths, episode number 13. I am way ahead of the game. I'm dropping episode 13 today, and my goal was to drop 100 episodes by the end of the year. I don't know how many more days we have left in this year, but I know it's more than 100. So even if I stop today, even if I only release one episode a day for the next 87 days, I would still make my goal, which is dope. I'm excited. I hope y'all are excited as well. We're gonna get better. We're gonna keep growing. And it is what it is. Let's learn something about ourselves today. This episode is called You're Going to Die. And it starts off like this. You're going to die. Also, everyone you love and care for will be dead within a dozen decades. Some even before. Why does thinking about that bother you so much? With other guarantees we do have in life besides death. When folks die, how do we determine if they went too early? Is it based on average? Does it even make sense to quantify life in terms of time? It's not the days of our lives, but the life in our days. It's not the days of our lives, but it's the life in our days. Which basically what he's saying is you never know when you're gonna go, so make the best of it and make it meaningful. Make the best of it and make it meaningful. This something that I was listening to something earlier, which doesn't necessarily relate to this. It loosely relates to this, but the person said it's nice to be important, but it's also important to be nice. Which I don't know why that made me why that line or that sentence reminded me of it, but it kind of correlates in terms of basically just switching the words around. I don't know what the literary term for that is. I'll probably look it up after I get off this episode, but it's basically just switching the words around and it's still making sense. So it's not the days in our life, but the life in our days. And it's important to be, it's nice to be important, but it's also important to be nice, are pretty much the same literary device that I don't have a name for. But I agree. We should definitely make the best of our lives because we never know when we're going to go. And there's no such thing as too early. You can be, I don't know, it's hard to say, but you can be, I'm 33. And if I died tomorrow, some people will consider it too early, but maybe I did everything that I was supposed to do, even though I have goals and dreams that I want to accomplish before I do pass. If I died tomorrow, maybe that's just my time. It goes on to say for many of us, there is a disconnect in our relationship with death. We tend to forget our days are not promised. Every day you receive a gift, whether you die at the age of 5 or 50. Every millisecond of that existence was never assured. I'm not sure where the idea that we're entitled to life came from. Our only real entitlement is that it's going to come to an end. I don't see this as desperate, but rather the opposite. The beauty of life is that it's temporary, and if it lasts forever, we take it for granted. Many folks are already taking it for granted as if it will last forever. I took life for granted. I have taken life for granted. I've been in dark places. I've been in dark places before where I was taking life for granted at the time, but I was able to pull myself out of that with the grace of like the friends that I had, or just like the people that was in my life at the time, telling me or showing me that there's more to life than the little things that you go through on a day-to-day. And not even on a day-to-day, in a minute-by-minute type situation, because you can have a bad morning but have a great night. You can have a bad afternoon but have a great morning. Like it's one of my favorite movies is Troy, and early in the movie, the guy, I'm not gonna give the whole synopsis of it, but he says sometimes the guys bless you in the morning and curse you in the night. You know what I mean? So it's all about taking what life gives you, appreciating it for the good, for what the good that's gonna come out of it, and keeping it pushing, and not taking life for granted. Respecting morality will drastically enhance how efficient we spend the time we have here. It also keeps us from sweating the small stuff. When you compare it to death, all of it is small stuff. Facts. That's the perfect way to put it. I can be dead. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I got into a car crash, but I survived it. Oh, my house burned down, but I survived it. I'm still alive. I got out of a relationship. I'm still alive. I lost my job. I'm still alive. You know, like I lost my wallet. I lost my ID card. Okay, I'm still alive. Like all these little minute setbacks, or you know, though they're minuscule to the grand scheme of things, is that you're gonna die one day. I think our inanimate urge to create from our desire is a desire to be. Let me read that again. I'm sorry. I think the innate urge to create comes from our desire to be immortal. Similar to religion, many of these beliefs revolve around the idea of what happens after we die, and what we need to do beforehand to ensure an awesome afterlife. It's great marketing if you think about it. You won't know if it's bullshit until after you're dead, and then it's too late to get your time and money back. I won't comment on that. Personally, I see us as just another cell from Mama Nature. Like the cells in our body, new cells are created and old cells die, all serving whatever purpose nature has them programmed for. Mother Nature does a great job of monkey butlering us to do her bidding without us even knowing. On top of that, we tend to think we're still in control while doing it, like bees pollinating flowers. It's just a view, but most of the things that affect us are based on the view we hold, and our views on death is an important one to meditate on. I love meditating. I used to think I wasn't good at it, because when you hear meditation or when you see meditation and stuff like that, well, for me personally, when I used to see meditation, it used to be displayed as being somewhat absent-minded, but you can never not think. You know, we have a trillion thoughts a day, and we are only cognizant of maybe 10% of those thoughts. So even when you're meditating, you're trying to like empty your mind in terms of like your thoughts. You're always going to be thinking. So it's about controlling your thoughts. I used to do this thing called sensory deprivation, and this is somewhat of a digression, which I'm known to do. I used to do this thing, sensory deprivation, which, if you know, it's also called a float tank or a think tank. But I like sensory deprivation because it's a conversation starter title. So What it is you're in a body temperature filled bath with Epsom salt, so you're floating. It's impossible to sink in this. I'll call it a tub, but it's not really necessary. It is technically a tub, but you're basically floating in there, and it's completely dark, and your mind just you lose control. Well, you lose control for a second, and then you gain so much more control. The first time I did it, I went straight to sleep. I don't know if I was tired or what the case may be, but I went into the tank. The ambient lights was on, the music was playing, and then after like 5 minutes, everything cuts off. It slowly fades out, and then you're just in there, and you open your eyes, you're closing your eyes, you open your eyes, you close your eyes, and it's the same darkness, and it's nothing to adjust to, because you will never be able to adjust to absolute darkness. Sometimes you could be in your house and the lights will be off, but you be around your house so much, and your eyes adjust to where everything is just based on feel. And another reason why your eyes can't adjust to anything is because you're floating. And for me, it felt like I was spinning, but it's impossible to spin in there because there's not enough space. So you lose feeling of like where your body is compared to where the tub, the ceiling, and everything is at, because the water that you're in is body temperature. So usually it mimics your exact body temperature. So usually when you're in a pool or a jacuzzi, the water is either hotter or colder. But once it's the same exact temperature as your body, you won't know where your body ends and where the water begins. It's a beautiful thing, and I recommend it to everybody. I've done it maybe, I've done it a lot. I would say upwards of 15 times, and I've become so like good at it in terms of I can go in there and I'm already I don't want to say astral projecting, but I'm already on my mission, seeing what needs to be done before the lights and music comes on. And I actually need to go do it because I haven't done it in like over a year. Maybe over a year I haven't done it. I have to check my because I have a subscription, but I haven't done it in a while. And I recommend it because the first time is gonna be a wash. You're 9 times out of 10 you're gonna fall asleep. If you're claustrophobic, you might panic. You might, you know what I mean? It's certain things that, you know, you could do your research on it and figure out if it's for you, if it's not for you. I personally recommend it. This is a digression, but it lets you, it opens your mind to a lot of things, because your thoughts just flow completely differently, and you get to see things, and your imagination gets to shine in a sensory deprivation thing. So look into it, find one close to you, do it, enjoy it, come back to this video, comment, tell me if you liked it, if you didn't like it. If you have any questions about it, comment. I can try to answer as many questions as possible. Let's see. It's just a view, but most things that affect us are based on the views we hold, and our views on death are important ones to meditate on. So yeah, that line just broke. I don't know why, because I have a weird history. I have a weird history with meditation, because I try to meditate in my studio and meditate in different places in my house, and it's not the normal meditation, because I be thinking about other things. I do play music. I do, you know, lay still, and I've tried the whole astral projecting and stuff like that. I've tried it before. I've done it before, and the last time I did it was, I think I was in some sensory deprivation tank. But I'm digressing again. Let me stay on topic. He goes on to say, paying attention to our relationships with death is also a great exercise in letting go. Chic philosophy encourages detachment, and it's pretty practical advice if you think about it. Our attachment to people, things, ideas, and beliefs can be quite a cause of misery for a short time period we actually have. I don't know why that sentence was weird. Our attachment to people, ideas, People, things, ideas, and beliefs can be quite a cause of misery for the short time period we actually have. That's a very weird way to word that question. To word that. And make I understand what he's saying, but it's very weird. He's just adding words at this point. Everything is temporary. There's really no need to hold on to. I don't concern myself with ideas of the supernatural and afterlife, but I do understand why those ideas are appealing. We want to believe there is more than what's in front of us, more than just the lights shutting off. The fear of the unknown can compel us to various mindsets. Regardless, the lights will be going out in all of us, and that's not a choice. However, how we feel about it is a choice. Let's enjoy what we have while we have it and not spend on worrying about a future we may never see or an ending we can't avoid. It's pretty self-explanatory. Like, let go of not necessarily the fear of death, but just let go of like certain mindsets that don't serve you in the now, because it sucks to go through something twice. You go through it when you're worrying about it, and then you go through it when you're actually going through it. So if you're worrying about death, you're going to be worried your whole life until you die, and then you're going to go through the death, whatever it is that causes it. So don't go through things. Don't put yourself in situations where you got to go through things twice. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're all going to die, and for me, that's what makes life worth living. The fact that the folks I love and care about are going to share that fate is motivation to enjoy their company and not take it for granted while I have them. Yeah, I agree with that. Because you never know, like the people that are really close to you is always oh, I never expected this, and you know what I mean. But we all know, of course. You don't expect it to go like early or like in the manner that it might happen, because you don't have, if it's not like a medical thing or it's just like super random, of course it's gonna like affect you. But this is why you cherish the time with the people that you have, because you literally just never know. So he goes on to say, hold on, I'm looking at something. He goes on to say, oh, okay. And when it's time, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. It's a Dr. Seuss quote. Which, yeah, make your life. There's only two people in this world that you need to impress. It's literally only two people: your 8-year-old self and yourself at 80. If those two people are impressed and they're proud of you, what else is there? Like, it's all about you. It's all about, and it's not a selfish all about you. It's just, it is what it is. It's life. It's you. You're gonna die alone. You came into this world alone. So enjoy the company that you have while you have it. Enjoy the things that you have while you have it. Enjoy the places. Enjoy, like, this earth is meant to be enjoyed. So of course, it can be daunting. It can be tumultuous. We go through things, but we grow through things as well. You can't grow to be who you are, who you're supposed to be, until you go through things. And you're never void of going through things. Like, you might think, all right, I've made it. I'm finally, whatever your goals are, rich, whatever, famous, whatever. Now all the struggle is done. No, because now you're gonna have more problems. You're gonna have different problems. Every level has issues. So the more you level up, you're just gonna have different issues. You might not be going through the poverty issues of not being able to eat, but now you're going through the issue of not being able to find the food that you want. You know what I mean? That can be an issue. It's a bunch of things. We're going on 20 minutes. I just want to say, I hope you learned something about yourself today. I hope for those people that are afraid of death or concerned about death, they understand that it's inevitable, and only thing we can do is enjoy the time that we have now. And hopefully when your time comes, you're satisfied. explore, set goals. You know what I mean? Not everybody likes to travel, but I like to travel. I feel like everyone should travel. You know, even if it's just out the state, out the, you know, not everybody can make it out the country, but get out the state. If you can't fly, take a long drive. If you can't drive, ride a bike, walk. I mean, even in your own city, like explore things in your own cities. You know, it's just there's so much to explore in this world. There's so much things to do in this world, and I think a lot of people take it for granted, and then they regret it once they're old and can't do it. You know. So, other than that, I think I learned something about myself today. I hope you guys did too. I'm about to edit this, upload it, and probably eat, take a little nap, and I'm gonna head to the gym before work. So comment down below if you're afraid of death, if you have a good connection with death, if you know what I mean. Yeah, just join the conversation. I'm out. I appreciate y'all.